Lifting, chipping, peeling, and general wear and tear, are these things normal when it comes to gel nails? And at what point is it normal? 1 week, 2 weeks, three? Let's talk about it. Hey guys, Liz here from ATTAIN Cosmetics, and today I am really excited to talk about the realities of wear and tear on artificial nails, especially gel polish and soak-off products. ATTAIN Adhesion, Color, and Shine are soak-off gels that allow us to have beautiful nails at home, but also the realities of soak-off products is that they are more susceptible to wear and tear. A lot of people reach out to me and ask, when is chipping normal? When is lifting normal? What should I be doing to make my services last longer? And so today I wanted to show you what 3 weeks of wear actually look like up close to normalize changes in our nails, in our skin, and also to give you guys information about what's normal and what's not. All right, these are my nails after about 3 weeks of wear. And I wanted to go over some of the things that will happen to our gel nails as we wear them and what to expect as you go forward with wearing gel polish manicures, especially if you're applying them at home. Now, some of the first things you'll notice about my nails is that I have some dry skin. I also have some dry skin on my sidewalls and on the corners of my fingers. I'm actually really good about applying moisturizers and oils to my hands and my nails, but my hands, just like everyone's, get used. I do all kinds of things in my daily life that require me to use my fingers and my hands, and it's normal for your skin to get dry like this, especially in high use areas. You'll notice on inner corners of dominant fingers that normally you'll get this kind of dry skin, and on less used fingers, you won't have it as much, especially on the tips and the corners. If you wear your nails a little bit longer, you'll also notice that sometimes you'll get these hardened areas where your nail pushes into your skin and you'll get kind of this little hardened lip on the corner where that nail has been resting on the skin. All of these things are completely normal, okay? Let's also talk about regrowth. Let's talk about how our nail grows from the matrix back here in our finger, as we talked about during our anatomy lesson. So as your nail plate grows, your color will start to push out towards the free edge of your finger. This is the reality of the situation. That regrowth area will get larger and larger the longer that we wear the product on our nails. And you'll also notice that structural changes happen. When I applied this product, my nail was much shorter. My free edge was just barely at the tip of my finger, and now my free edge extends past my fingertip. So if I'm hard on my nails, you'll notice that my nails will actually bend and flex, which can lead to more separation on the corners and the sidewalls if I'm being really heavy-handed on my nails. So if I just press like this, you'll notice that my nail will sort of buckle on the corners, and that is why we start to get into having corner lifting or sidewall lifting the longer we let our product grow out. Soak-off products are meant to be flexible. They're meant to bend and flex with the natural nail plate. But if your nails start to get really long with very thin applications of soak-off product, they will be more prone to that kind of buckling when our nails grow out. Chipping is also extremely normal, especially on high use fingers. You'll notice that my gel actually still looks really good. It's still nice and shiny, but I have a chip here on the inner corner of my thumb. I know exactly when I did this, and it was from actually opening up a pop can, which I know I'm not supposed to do with my nails. But when we put pressure on our product or on our nail plates, it's going to actually have some give, and we will have things that start to wear down or start to peel and chip, especially after 3 weeks of wear. You'll also notice that you can see the free edge of my nail. It's not separated per se, but you can start to see that I have worn through the capped edge that I used to have, especially on these more dominant fingers. You'll see that on my ring finger, you can still see remnants of that capped color that I had applied on my ring finger. But on these fingers, you can clearly see the free edge of my nail poking through. And that is extremely normal because as we use our fingers and they come into contact, soak off gel, because of the nature of the formula, will start to wear down over time. So you may notice that your shape may change. Like if you had really square nails, you'll notice that the corners of your nails will start to round out. You'll also notice that if you've been rubbing your nails on something like these ones, I've been reaching into cardboard boxes. So certain parts of the surface have gotten rubbed and gotten dull over the 3 weeks that I've worn this product. Other fingers that haven't had as much wear stay nice and shiny. Whereas if I have high impact areas on my nails, you can see that they start to get rubbed and kind of rubbed off. And you can also see right there at the edge of my free edge, you can see my natural nails starting to peak beyond the gel color. And that is ultimately how we also start to get lifting at the free edge over time. Okay. In contrast, look at these two nails. My left thumb is still in really good shape. I have no chipping, no lifting. My gel is growing out really nice and smooth. My nail is still relatively shiny after 3 weeks of rubbing on things. This one, not so much, because this is my dominant thumb. And so I have accidentally chipped my nail. I have more wear on the sidewalls, and it's just the nature of using our dominant fingers more. Okay. So depending on the situation with whether you're a lefty or a righty, you'll notice that certain fingers will wear more than others. And typically pinkies will be the ones that last the longest because they don't come into contact with nearly as much stuff. It's also very normal for you to have evidence of maybe, like for me, I always get hangnails on my sidewalls, especially with dry skin. So if you have drier skin like this, where as your nail grows out, you start to see some of that, it's pretty typical. And my middle fingers usually are the worst. You'll notice that like on other fingers, I don't have it as much, but this is just the nature of my anatomy and the way I use my hands. You'll notice again on the inside corners of really dominant fingers like pointers, we get more of that dry, almost calloused like skin because we're using those areas all the time. It's also normal to see natural ridges in your regrowth. That is virgin nail that has never been etched or prepped, and it's natural to have ridges, especially as you get older, those ridges will become more prominent. And it's also natural for the skin to kind of stretch and grow out onto the nail plate a little bit, depending on your particular skin type and the kind of anatomy you have in your cuticle area. So I wanted to actually review all of these things with you to normalize wear, because I do think that there's a lot of social media that shows you only the super pretty applications or impossibly perfect nails. And at the end of the day, you're going to have wear and tear on your nails. And that is also why we maintain them. We remove product, we backfill, we do all sorts of things to update our nails and keep them beautiful. But after about 2 weeks, your nails are really going to start to look more like this. So let's talk a little bit about when it isn't normal to have chipping, lifting, or peeling. The first 72 hours of any product application are critical, especially with gel. If you have things like lifting, chipping, bubbling, peeling within the first 72 hours after application, it means something went wrong. It means either the product wasn't fully cured, maybe you applied layers a little too thick, or it means that your nail prep was not sufficient to provide the grip needed for the product to adhere to your nail plate. This is something that usually confuses a lot of people, especially when they start using formulas that don't have monomers in them, like ATTAIN. With ATTAIN, we aren't relying on heavy monomer formulas like lots of gel companies do. We don't use high amounts of HEMA to create instant grip, because those are the same ingredients that are leading to sensitivities and allergies. We have foregone those instant gratification ingredients to provide you with a formula that is safer for your skin, more thoughtfully formulated, but does require a little bit more precise and specialized nail prep in order to get the same results and longevity. So if you're struggling with getting the longevity like I'm showing you on my nails now, and if you are experiencing anything like lifting, chipping, or peeling within the first 72 hours after application, you can use our retention series that I've uploaded on our YouTube channel. It goes step by step through nail prep and product application, especially if you're wanting to do the overlay technique and you're going to be backfilling your nails. And you can also go back a couple episodes in this How to Do Gel Nails at Home series to watch my nail prep video where I go through step by step what you're going to do to properly prepare your nail plates for product application, even if you're just doing a simple gel polish manicure with ATTAIN Adhesion, color, and shine. I hope today's lesson has helped normalize wear and tear for you and give you an idea of what to expect with the longevity of your services and how your lifestyle choices can also greatly impact the ability for your products to perform. Constantly having your nails in water, exposing them to high impact things like opening pop cans, picking stickers, or using them as tools, as well as exposing them to dyes, makeups, sunless tanners, sunscreen, and spices. All of those things are going to affect the ability of the product to last and to look as fresh as it did the day you applied it. So keep all of these things in mind as you move forward with your services to realize that your product is going to go through some lifestyle impacts, and it's normal to see evidence of that through wear and tear. I'll see you guys in another episode soon. Bye.